Hey everybody, my name is Morgan and welcome back to the YouTube version of Podcast of the Dragon, where I am a lot more visible and a lot less prepared, and I talk about the Wheel of Time on Prime. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about the storytelling aspects that they might be changing based upon what I have surmised from the Wheel of Time teaser trailer. And the reason I've surmised that obviously they're going to do storytelling changes. It's inevitable with such a gigantic series. Rafe Judkins himself has admitted that there are going to be elements of Book 1, Book 2, and Book 3 in the first season, not even all of Book 1. And you can just tell from characters that you get and stuff that's going on, including Logain escaping, the fact that we see Alana, all of that kind of stuff, that we're getting a different kind of show or we're getting different material. And one of the changes that obviously they've made is that Lon and Moraine have to go and find this caravan of Aes Sedai that are taking Logain somewhere because Moraine is wounded at Shadar-Logoth. We know she's wounded at Shadar-Logoth. It's pretty clear where here Perrin and Matt are looking very morose. I think Lon is there in the background with Moraine. We see him in the, very unromantic carrying her over the threshold pictures that obviously something is wrong. And I think that what happens, the second episode is called Shadows Waiting. So what they're probably doing is that they will flee the two rivers, be chased, and Nynaeve will not be going with them. In this scene in the teaser trailer, there are 6 people instead of 7. So presumably Rand, Matt, Perrin, and Egwene, and then Lon and Moraine. And it's a real tight bunch together, so it almost looks like there are 5, but it's pretty clear that there are 6. So Nynaeve must come later, following as she does, but they're going to cut Barlan out, I'm pretty sure, because second episode is called Shadows Waiting. I'm guessing they're just going to get chased into Shadar-Logoth. There's probably going to be an amazing fight scene. I'm super stoked for it. Moraine is going to get wounded. They're in Shadar-Logoth. Matt's going to be poking around and find the dagger. Mashadar is going to come. And so here we see Perrin and Egwene running up through the little trap door, up the little ladder, onto the battlements. Pretty positive, despite my belief that their little teaser that was released where Perrin and Egwene are like, "You ready? No, me neither." I assumed that that was going to be on Winter Night, or before. I thought it was kind of like either they were asking each other that before they went out to do the spring pole dance, or because they were getting ready to go out and kick some ass on Winter Night and kill Trollocs, or, jump out of the burning Winespring Inn. Rafe Judkins put out a thing where people had all kinds of ideas about what it might be. But I'm guessing what it is Are You Ready? No, me either, as they jump off the wall of Shadar-Logoth into the RNL because creepy Mashadar zombie death plague is crawling along the walls toward them. And that's what we're getting right here. Which, cool. Cool. Honestly, having to courageously leap off a wall away from a creeping zombie death plague is more exciting than accidentally riding off a cliff while fleeing Trollocs, or at least, I don't know, maybe a little more gut-wrenching? It takes a lot of guts to do something like that. Anyway, so they end up together, and then you know that they're going to see the Tinkers, so presumably you're getting that whole arc. And then here's Rand and Matt together climbing up the horrible slope, and Rand looking back, pining for Egwene. And then I think that what's going to happen here, and the way that we're getting like the divergence, is first off, you know that Nynaeve is with Lon in this picture, where Moraine is probably with Karenna being healed. Karenna's warder, Angry Double Axe guy, is up front where the assault happens, where Alana stops the arrows. And then later on, while they're guarding Logain and Karenna is killed, he does his, ah! All of that is together. So this scene here where somebody's pulling a knife on Lon and he's like, the Dark One is coming for your friends. Pretty sure that's Nynaeve. And so I think what they're doing is rather than Nynaeve tracking them and following them to Barlon and catching up there, Nynaeve tracks and follows and catches up with Lon and Moraine somewhere outside of Shattered Logoth. The kids have already split into the two groups, so Rand and Matt are scrabbling off the slope, heading off toward Camelin. Perrin and Egwene have leapt off the wall and gotten across the Arnell somehow. And Lon and Moraine, because Moraine is wounded, are trying to find help. Then Nynaeve catches up, sneaks up on Lon, and puts a blade on him, like, where are my villagers? I'll cut you. And he's like, I don't have time for this. The Dark One's coming for your friends. Maybe he tries to get her to heal Moraine or see what she could do. Who knows? But she's in this group of people. And then obviously at some point they probably recapture Logain, or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe he goes on to wreak terror and they don't recapture him until later. But they all make it to Tar Valon because almost 100% positive that this is Nynaeve, that Siuan is telling last battle's coming, and the only thing that matters is what you do. And probably telling her that to convince her to join the tower and learn to channel the One Power. Then, here, you got Rand and Matt running away, and it's a certain amount of glee on their faces, even though they look really scared. And if you don't know who this is chasing after them, my guess is a White Cloak. My guess is that this is Four Kings. Maybe Rand's all giddy, did some kind of channeling. I don't know. But maybe what happens is they're running from the White Cloaks, and this is the village where they run into Tom Merrilin. And Tom Merrilin runs some interference, does something to rescue them, hears about their story, tells them a whole bunch about Aes Sedai and how they might be bad news. He's like, hey, I'll help you guys out. And so that gives a wise guide who will provide information, stoke their paranoia about Aes Sedai, tell the audience who doesn't know anything a whole bunch of stuff, provide the audience a ton of suspicion because, Tom Merrilin is a potentially shady character. People are going to be like, why is this guy helping? He seems creepy. What's going on? Then, possibly at some point further on, protect them, die for them. So have those be like the two drastic changes in how the story goes. Is, just completely cut off Barlon, don't have Tom come in until later, where he just kind of intersects with the boys and aids them there, and have Nynaeve be her post-Shatter Logoth arc with Lon and Moraine, just as it would be, but that's where she catches up. And I think that that is brilliant writing. That is brilliant writing. If that is how they are doing it, what a wonderful way to keep to the heart of the story, make the parties basically go where they're supposed to be going in the eye of the world, give a ton of deeper world information to people who don't know a lot about the Wheel of Time, and basically have the same character development, same relationship contention development, everything that needs to go on with Nynaeve and Lon and Moraine and everything will still go on, while at the same time building up the whole Logain arc and increasing the terror and horror and making sure that we see all kinds of awful stuff about male channeling in season 1, at the same time that you've got Rand and Matt being scared and afraid, and we are all falling in love with Rand. They picked someone in Yosha Stradowski who is just sweet and beautiful. Look at that face. Look at that face. Everyone is just going to love him so much. And when they finally find out, they're just going to want to die because they look at everything that happens with Logain. They're going to show us just horror with Logain. And we're just going to watch people who don't know, people who aren't familiar with the Wheel of Time universe, just die seeing Logain and then thinking, no, that can't happen to Rand. Not Rand. Look at that face. Look at that face. So I think that if this is the way that they chose to alter the storytelling in season 1, that is brilliant, concise, effective, and does relatively little to alter the path of the story. So if that is how they chose to do it, I am so impressed. I am so impressed. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. But if that's the kind of changes that they made, thumbs up, One on Prime. Seriously, thumbs up. Okay, well, that's it for this episode of Dragon Tube. Yeah, okay, today it's Dragon Tube. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you think about possible changes in the show. Let me know. I'm interested in what you have to say. Tell me what you think. If my idea, am I right? And if I am right, do you think it is a good change in the writing? Will you be impressed too? Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.